Hello there, you wonderful people. Welcome back to another live video. How is everyone doing today? Absolutely loads of news to talk about, and of course we will be pilfering and running through all the headlines from across the world of Manchester City and football. It's good to see so many people here already. Hello to everyone in the chat. We've got Sean, we've got Eduardo, 21 FIFA, who's skiving at work at the moment. We've got Barry, John, Morgan, Jake, Siaka, Federal Gaming, and absolutely loads of other people. It's good to see you all here. It's good to see you all here. Let's have a big old chat about Manchester City and all that kind of stuff. It should be fun, with fingers crossed, with a little bit of luck. I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting. Loads to talk about as well. Absolutely loads to talk about. I want to quickly say, by the way, there's this little competition that I'm helping promote at the moment, a thing called Football Prizes. Let me just get the details up so I can remember myself, because obviously I want to give it a little bit of a push. If you want to win a Phil Foden shirt, you got a big old chance. Football Prizes, let me just play this clip over at the top right now. Football Prizes, I've got a signed, custom framed Phil Foden shirt with the competition ending on the 18th of October at 7:30 p.m. It costs a few quid to enter. You can go do that by clicking the link in the description below. It's available right now if you want to go and enter that and try and win a signed Phil Foden framed custom Manchester City shirt. The Superboy, the Ballon d'Or nominee, that is potentially available if you want to go and do that. So click the link in the description below if you want to enter the Phil Foden competition at Football Prizes. It's good, man. It'll be good. Thank you so much, Man City Till I Die. The Dragon of Ichigo, which is an incredible name, is already in with the first super chat of the day. Big love to the Dragon, who says, I'd love Haaland and City, but I'm not getting my hopes up after what happened last summer with the long, drawn-out Kane saga. Indeed, mate. That's pretty much how I feel. It's almost certainly not worth getting ready. Getting your hopes up, that's what I mean. Oh, get ready for some news, but don't get your hopes up is what I would say. Is it just me, or is my vocals a little bit out of sync with the camera? Either way, I apologise. I have no idea what's causing that, but we'll just have to make through and get through with it. It looks a bit weird to me, but I don't really know what's causing it. But either way, mate, it is painful, Dragon. These things are painful. We may just have to hang on in there and see how it goes. Either way, it isn't going to be over anytime soon. There is going to be plenty of life left in this story. And let's talk a little bit about this story, actually. Let's talk a little bit about it. Sync looks fine. Okay, apparently the sync is fine. It's just probably on my OBS. But the story has come from, let me find it. I've lost the bloody the news. I've lost the news, which is a day-to-day reference. Let me just find the news again. I accidentally closed the tab and the tab's not there, and I'm an idiot. So this comes from mainly where is it? A guy on Twitter called CC Ekner. So basically, Erling Haaland's agent, Mino Raiola, is apparently going to hold talks with City in January over a potential summer move. Apparently, he's right at the top of City's transfer targets, and Haaland's father is also good friends with Bjorn Gulden, who is a Norwegian chief executive of Puma, who would intend to sign Erling Haaland when his endorsement contract with Nike ends in January, which is really, really interesting. So, obviously, we can't really deny the fact that Haaland potentially being linked with Puma is a little kind of boon in our step in this kind of conversation. Now, who is this guy? This is from Konstantin Ecker. I don't really know much about him, but he's a journalist for BBC, DLF, Sport 1, ESPN The Times, and loads of other people. So essentially, he's got a lot of connections, it would look like. I don't know if he's reliable or anything like that, but this guy is saying that is a thing. And he's not been the only one as well. A few people have mentioned Haaland recently. I do probably think we should get prepared for this Erling Haaland hype train, unfortunately. It isn't going to go everywhere. Of course, he's absolutely incredible. But a few stories have led now that this idea that Manchester City lead the chase here. Obviously, they are the words that they have chosen. So nothing major has happened, but they are the words that I wanted to talk about a little bit in this video. Now, I do think Manchester City are in for Haaland. Of course I do. I don't even think that's even a vaguely controversial stance. And what I mean by that is, would Manchester City take Haaland if he was available and they could do a deal? Yeah, of course they would. Absolutely, of course they would. He's a fantastic player. Do I think it will happen? I don't know. It could be really difficult. There is that claimed release fee clause in his contract, which might make it a little bit easier. Now, one of the El Chingarito there, one of those guys, has claimed actually that release fee clause doesn't actually exist. So we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see how that goes down. So I don't know if it does exist or not, but I do know that he's available soon. I do think, honestly, he'll be looking at his next step in his career next summer. And Manchester City, if we're being totally honest, they should really be at the front of that queue. They really genuinely should be. I mean this with the greatest respect to La Liga, but it is struggling a little bit at the moment, as is most other leagues. The Premier League is the powerhouse in the European football. We all know it's the powerhouse in European football. Erling Haaland probably knows that, given the fact that his dad played for a bunch of English clubs as well. And he was born in England, for crying out loud. I think he was born in Yorkshire, at Leeds or something like that. So Haaland obviously has that affinity to this country anyway. He speaks perfect English. There literally is a slot, Sergio Aguero's slot, available for him where he'd walk into this team and score a shit ton of goals and wear the shirt, not the exact shirt of course, a shirt that he wore as a kid, as a fan of Manchester City. It makes so much fucking sense. So someone please make it happen. If it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised, but it makes loads of sense. Will we have the money for it? Now, of course we have the money for it in some ways, but having the money and be willing to spend the amount it'll take are two very different things. Because of course we all know that Mino Raiola will want an awful lot of money, and I ain't cheap, man. It ain't cheap to get someone like him. It's going to be really, really, really interesting to see. I think he would score an absolute shit ton. I agree with Louis. He would score about 60 if he was here. He's honestly an absolute freak in front of goal. So he would do really, really well. But there's no guarantee whatsoever that we'll get him. It's going to roll on this, though. Until he's not a Manchester City, until he's not a Dortmund player, he will be linked to Manchester City. Until he's somewhere else, he will be. Legand, how you doing, man? What's Legand saying in the chat? 19 months, you legend. He says, hello, Stephen. How's it going? Just as I get happy that the international break ends. I remember the next one's here in less than a month. Legand, you're not wrong, mate. Fuck the international break. I'll be honest, I was with a bunch of YouTubers yesterday, and I was chatting to Redmen TV, and I was like, do you guys take a bit of a break during the international break? And they went, yeah, we do. We do, because we need it. And I was like, I know how you feel, actually. I've been dealing with the house stuff, so I took a bit of a break during the international break as well, personally. My phone's ringing. Who's that? It's my mum. Let me just answer it very quickly. I'm doing a video. You alright? Alright, yeah. Do you want to say hello to the chat? Sit. Don't be the agent. Bye-bye. That was just the mum there. What was I saying before that? Yeah, the international break, it was tedious, it was slow, it was boring, and it leads me nicely onto the next story. Unfortunately, Ferran Torres, according to reports, has broken a bone in his fucking foot. Has he broken a bone? Ferran Torres suffered an injury to his right foot while international duty since returned. A small fracture in his right foot. Bloody hell, man. It's so frustrating. As soon as he was getting, he was staring down a little bit of a chance. And apparently he's got a broken foot now. He's going to be out for around a month to 6 weeks or something like that. This is very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Obviously, Ferran, I do think he would have been playing these games. Guardiola took him aside. Whether that was fair or not, I don't know. But he took him aside during the big games, the PSGs, your Chelseas, Liverpools and so on. And I think he was about to play. Honestly, I feel like he would have played, basically. But now... he's out for a little bit, which is a shame, because honestly, I feel like this could have been his chance. This genuinely could have been his chance to play a little bit. It's annoying because apparently he felt something after the first game, then played again. A lot of people have said he shouldn't have played the second game, which is probably actually true. But unfortunately, he chose to play. This is what happens when you've got a young player who wants game time, by the way. He's still trying to make a name for himself. They overextend themselves sometimes, and genuinely, they do try to make a name. They try to make a name for themselves in a good way and probably overdo it, when in fact he should have just gone home, rest and chilled. But unfortunately, it's been aggravated. A lot of people are commenting, by the way, commenting on that clip of me and Carragher. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I can bring it up here. Yesterday, I had an interesting little to do with Carragher, which was interesting. I'll try and bring it up right now, as green if I can do. If you're not sure what I'm referring to, let me go over here. 1 second. Let me bring that on. Is that going to show? I think it is going to show. Here's me and Carragher. I don't know if you'll play this. I'll try and play it. Carragher just telling me, bizarrely, which was weird, telling me to shut the fuck up. I was answering a question and Carragher I think he got bored, because I don't think he likes in-depth answers. And he told me to shut the fuck up. I'll play the clip for you now. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we'll see. I guess the point I'm making is, you look at the world, and obviously Messi's Messi, but you see the best.
You'll see my face being shocked.
They take the chances that, I don't know, a false nine, like maybe Raheem Sterling won't take. And I love Raheem, don't get me wrong, but he's not a killer in front of goal, and that's the one thing Man City sometimes do like. Playing under Guardiola is it's.
You shut up.
I was like, what? He asked me a question.
Right.
Man United got that rude, man.
We should never have sat you two together. That's
Show it. I'm going to be home in 20 minutes.
And that was me at the end and saying, well, fuck off then, which was absolutely bizarre, basically. So we were just chatting away, and he just moaned that I was talking a bit too long. We'd been chatting about United 15 minutes. I think we were about 3 minutes into a Manchester City chat, and he decided actually that was too long for him or whatever. And he said, will you shut the fuck up? And I was like, don't be rude, man. And then he went, I've got to be home in 20 minutes. So I went, well, fuck off then, which I wasn't expecting to do. I'm quite a mild-mannered person, as you guys probably know, and it was a bit odd. I wasn't expecting it, man. I wasn't expecting it. He took it, for what it's worth, I'll give him genuine credit. I think he actually meant it as a joke, as in like, oh, come on, enough about City. I think he slightly chose his words wrong. He was really nice after me. He came up to you and, oh, mate, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And he kind of like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was a very like, things all good kind of thing. It was a bit odd, but it was very strange. I mean, like it's a 2-hour show and debate, but I don't know what he meant. I don't really know what he meant. But he did handle it well afterwards. But at least I got to tell Carragher fuck off. So that was good fun. That was good fun, if I'm being honest. I got to tell a former Liverpool captain fuck off. So you can watch that video, by the way, the full video over on the Overlaps channel. I think I was talking really commonsensely. I was commonsensely. Jesus Christ, that's not a word. With very sensibly. That with lots of common sense. And he just wasn't happy about it, apparently, whatever. But either way, it was a weird moment. I was a bit baffled by it. I was there like, did that just happen? Did he just, did it? And then I thought to myself, fuck, I've just told the presenter to fuck off. Like, are they going to kick me out? I was there thinking, I think the producer was like, and I think he was shitting it. And actually, it did sound like a joke, I agree, Pete, but not good timing. I think he got the joke wrong. I think he was being a little bit playing up for the lads. It was weird. It was weird. It did feel good. But I must admit, I was a little bit confused initially. But you know what? People think I'm a soft touch because I'm a nice guy and all that kind of stuff. But Nicola knows, and my family know. I don't fucking give a shit, man. If you're rude to me, I will tell you to fuck off. And I don't do that. I don't do that often. I'm not a rude person in the slightest. But if someone's rude to me, I'll tell them to fuck off. I think that's fair game, man. Sometimes people need it. Sometimes people need that, man. Is McCullough a cool guy? Rockley, I've known him for years, and he's nice. He gets obviously help with United and stuff like that, but he's a nice guy to me, and he's always been nice to me. So, yeah, he's super friendly. Can't really say much more than that. And do you know what as well? Yeah, I know what you're getting at yes there. So it's the kind of joke you make with a close friend. It is. No, I was a guest, so it was a bit weird. I was like, it feels like he's kind of trying to bully me a bit here. I'm not sure he was trying to, if that makes sense, but it felt a little bit like mock the fan, get a laugh from my mates. So I was like, all right, mate, don't be a fucking knob. But it is one of those things, really. But if I'm being honest about all the people there at the show, I was sitting next to Ty from Arsenal Fan TV. Everyone knows Ty. He was really nice. Really, really nice. I can't say a bad word about him. I think he's intensely passionate about his club, and he's a little bit within himself, if that makes sense. You probably know what I'm getting at there, and I'm not going to probably say it out on video. But he was really friendly. We had a right old chat about Man City in the 90s, and he was like a big chat about music as well. Loves his music, and so was Pippa next to me and everything like. Just a friendly guy, man. Just a friendly guy. So obviously he's very passionate about his club, intensely so, and I think he goes into his own head with that kind of stuff. But Ty, he was lovely. I got no bad word to say about him. But yeah, I think Carragher was trying to play up to that stuff and got a little bit too fan TV without reading the tone, which was an hour debate, was a bit more formal. But it was all a good laugh. It was fun. But anyway, back to Ferran Torres. It's a big shame, isn't it, man? It's a big shame. It's a big shame, and I'm gutted for him. Spooked randomly commented there with a super chat saying, Bayern looking for Barca players on free cheap. I have no idea what you're referring to, mate. Big love for the super chat, but genuinely that's news to me. I've been following Manchester City's news. Are they actually? That wouldn't surprise me, you know. That's a very Bayern thing to do. They're good at this whole free transfer thing sometimes. But that wouldn't surprise me, man. Anyone in particular? Let me know of any names that I have missed there. But yeah, it was a weird moment. I didn't tell Ty he was deluded because it would have been rude because he was really nice to me, you know. So I think he probably even knows it. But honestly, it was fine. I don't. maybe I'm wrong here, but I got the impression that I wasn't there to give the in-depth answers. I might be wrong. I'm the fan, so I'm meant to be like Thai and loud and emotional. And I got the impression that actually that was meant to be coming from Neville and Scholes and all that kind of stuff and Carragher. And when I did it, it was like, all right, you've said your bit, shut up. Fans aren't allowed, get in your lane a bit. Maybe I'm wrong there, but it felt a little bit like that. Is that like... It felt a little bit like that to me, and that's probably wrong, but whatever happened. So Pete is saying, well, to be honest, Pete, the thing is, I was going to ask about this. I was going to actually ask the pundits this question, where he says, does Sterling sign a deal or not, in your opinion? Look, if I'm being honest, my genuine gut instinct right now, I would say I'm slightly more, I genuinely reckon we're slightly more, I wouldn't say in favour, because that's not the word I would use, but I would say what's more likely to happen right now, I would say it's 60-40 with likeliness of Sterling going, I reckon. Might not happen, because obviously football's fluid. He could score 10 goals in 10 games. Football's crazy like that. And all of a sudden he signs a contract, everyone's happy. But I think things look a little bit up in the air at the moment, so I'm definitely curious to see how it's going to go. But we'll have to see, man. I think right now there's more chance of him going than staying, but that could swing. It could swing really early, easily. Sorry. So we'll have to see, mate. We'll have to see. But thanks for the super chat, man. Maybe Jake, maybe. It was a bit odd. It was very odd, John. Yeah, I mean, the thing is for me is like, if it had been Liverpool we're talking about, he almost certainly wouldn't have said that, and he bloody knows that himself as well. He handles it well, to be fair, and he replies to me on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. But I do think you were chatting about Liverpool, you wouldn't have given a shit. It probably didn't help as well that I'd said City were brilliant against Liverpool, and that Neville had said City battered Liverpool. Other than that, so I love you too, Captain Planet. Captain Planet, oh, he's a hero, gonna take something down to zero. I hope that's a Captain Planet actual reference. Spooked saying Bayern would enter the Haaland race if Lowy leaves. I think they would do, mate. I don't think they would. Look, the interesting for me is I'm not really sure, Spooked, with the super chat there, if he actually wants to be in Germany anymore. And that's the one thing I do kind of grab onto. I've got a feeling Haaland doesn't actually want to be in Germany. I could be wrong, mate. I could be wrong. But I think he's been in Germany. I feel like he wants to move to another league, but you never know. Bayern do have this kind of aura. But I honestly think he's got Premier League designs. Maybe La Liga designs, who knows. I don't really worry about Haaland and PSG for some reason. Haaland, does anyone else feel the same way with me? Like, for Haaland and PSG, it doesn't feel like a good mix. Like, and not because PSG aren't a great side, blah, 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 etc. It's more just because I feel that I think he wants to go to the biggest league, which is the Premier League, or La Liga, the biggest two leagues or something like that. I don't think he wants to go to Paris Saint-Germain I think he wants to test himself where he feels it's going to be a real challenge, and I'm not sure it's a challenge over in France, if I'm being honest, man. So I don't see that, and it doesn't really worry me either. Yeah, they did mock him as well. You're right, actually. I'm sure. Yeah, I agree with Johnny. They will try PSG, but I don't. It doesn't feel like PSG, and I don't think he's asked about the money because he's already going to be a multi-billionaire anyway. You know what I mean, eventually, not billionaire, but he's absolutely going to be. He's going to have loads and loads of money. Haaland to Newcastle, no chance, mate. No, I think we overestimate a little bit how much Newcastle will buy. I think they'll buy a bunch of mid players like Ward-Prowse and Tarkowski and people, and Lingard and people like that for a while. Haaland, they're 10 years. Thank you so much, Charlie the King. Thank you. I tried to be a king, mate. But it's interesting, isn't it? But yeah, Haaland's a really interesting one. Big news about Foden, by the way. About to sign a new big old contract. How many years was it going to be? Let's have a look. The rumour was it was going to be... How many years was it going to be? 6-year agreement. Oh, Neil Custis. Phil Foden agrees to play wonderful football and be Manchester City's best player for 6 years. Get ready to tweet that, Neil Custis. You big clown. But either way, yeah, 6 years of Phil Foden is going to be absolutely fantastic. Someone DM'd me the other day saying that's going to happen as well. So that was good news. Yeah, Ferran Torres. Phil Foden signing for 6 years. Would be absolutely wonderful news, man, because obviously this guy is going to be a superstar. I'm convinced actually that he's going to potentially be up there for the Ballon d'Or. Like 2027, bloody hell, exactly, Daniel. 6 years of Phil goddamn Foden. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Don't underestimate. Do you know how good Phil Foden is? Do you know what I was thinking about? It's not confirmed, Desu, but it's going to happen. It's almost certainly going to happen. Do you know what I love about Phil Foden? I was thinking the other day is you could take all these clips, and you know this is true, and you guys know what I mean. You could take all these clips if you wanted to and make him look like Frank Lampard in terms of his finishing. You could do. You could take all these clips if you wanted him to and make him look a bit like Gerrard in terms of his long gliding runs and his striking of the ball really aggressively and his pressing and energy. You could take all these clips if you wanted to and make him look like David Silva in terms of his control and how he turns in space and how he plays in the pockets. You could take clips of him if you wanted to and make him like Kevin De Bruyne. And we don't even have to explain why he can look like Kevin De Bruyne with his passing and his absolute incredible pings from 60 yards or whatever. You can make him look like a little bit like Yaya Toure with his close control and dribbling. It's absolutely frightening how good Phil Foden can be at times. And it only dawned on me that you can make him look like pretty much anyone. And I bloody love that about him. So yeah, him extending is going to be absolutely huge for Manchester City. And I can't wait. Super chat from Dragon of Achigo says, if Haaland goes to PSG, it's for the money. I don't think it'll be a good move because that team is centered around Champions League and only the Champions League. Mate, I agree. I think he knows that as well. And look, I don't think he wants it. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I don't think that's what Haaland personally wants, man. I guess time will tell on that front, but I feel like he's got grander designs than PSG personally. I could be wrong, on time will tell, I guess, but I think you're right, Dragon. Super chat, where's the other super chat here? Peer BPM. So look, Peer says, why haven't you and City not got? Why haven't me? Mainly because I don't matter, mate. I got your brilliant eyes and Danish left back, wing back, Joachim. I've lost the comment there. I've lost the comment. Mal, please look into that. You would be the perfect City. 5 goals in the last night for Denmark. Honestly, mate, I know absolutely nothing about it. I'm sorry, I've not paid any attention to Denmark recently, other than, of course, I caught him a little bit in the Euros. I don't know much about him, mate. I'm sure City, look, there's not a single player in Europe that Manchester City don't know about. That's one thing from me you can have for free. That's information that I know. Manchester City's scouting network is intense, thorough, and absolutely detailed. So I don't know if they'll go for him or how good this guy is. I couldn't answer that question for you. But one thing I do know is Manchester City will know about him. If you know about him and Denmark know about him, Manchester City know about him. And I'm sure if they like him and they felt like he was good enough, they probably would go for him. But either way, mate, a big love for the super chat. I don't know much about him. I'll have to pay attention, check him out myself. But he sounds exciting, man. He seems to be a goal scorer. Not that City don't want that from a left back for what it's worth. Can he defend? Is he good that way? But either way, he looks exciting. He sounds exciting, sorry. I don't know much about him. He's class according to the Rock Lee. Apparently he's very good. I don't know much about him, but I'm sure he's very good. Dan Tralius disagrees. Thinks he was struggling in the back four because he plays in a free centre-back defence who struggle playing in the Premier League. That's interesting. I don't really know, man. I don't really know. Thank you very much, Callum. Enjoyed your overlap today. Yeah, the overlap debate. What did I say to Carragher? Do you know what? I'll go back to it again because people are asking. Oops, wrong screen. That was the... he was a little bit rude to me. And said... He said... I was just chatting and he told me to fuck off. So there we go. I guess the point I'm making is you look at the world, and obviously Messi's Messi, but like you see the best strikers and they do take the chances that, I don't know, a false nine like maybe Raheem Sterling won't take. And I love Raheem, don't get me wrong, but he's not a killer in front of goal, and that's the one thing Man City sometimes I was not expecting
playing
this
with Guardiola is it's
You
shut up.
I never stop talking.
He asked me a question.
Right.
Man,
You
don't be so goddamn rude,
Yeah,
man.
we should never have sat you two together. That's
Show it. I'm going to be home in 20 minutes.
I must admit though, I did like that bit. So he's moaning about me going on for ages. So I said, well, fuck off then. Which was interesting. You said, oh, got to go home. So it was very strange. But that's what happened. It was good. The whole debate was good fun for what it's worth, and I would recommend it. Second half, though, I'm not kidding. I developed a bit of a migraine during the second half. And it was really... like an actual migraine, not from Carragher, but it was like I sat there, my head was flickering, and I felt sick, and I was spinning a little bit. I don't know where it came from, and I sat there for an hour like that, just blinking and going, "Oh my god, I feel like shit." And that wasn't very nice. So I'm glad that didn't come during the Carragher bit, because I'm not sure if that caused it or whatever. But I felt like shit last night, to be honest. I was going to do a video about it, but I felt like shit when I got home, so I just didn't do anything. But that was a really weird moment. But it was so strange. I was just talking passionately and honestly, and not even that long. We chatted 15 minutes about United and then 3 minutes about City. And then I just answered the question. McCullough asked me a question. McCullough went, "How come, mate?" Blah, blah, blah. And I went, "Well, blah, blah. You know, you got to remember." And then Carragher just lost it. And I was like, "Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. That's what we're doing." It was strange. But it was good fun. I think he meant it as a joke, but he just chose his words a bit odd. Either way, I wasn't particularly bothered. It was very strange. Quite nice, though. Quite nice to tell someone like that to fuck off every now and then. Because sometimes you need to stand up for yourself a little bit, you know. I initially told my mum, right, because I told her. She went, "Stephen, why have you told Jamie Carragher to fuck off?" And then I told her what happened, and she watched it, and she was like, "Good on you. Damn right, he deserved that." I was like, "Cheers, mum. Cheers, mum." So, but basically, it's, what are you on about, 20 Legend? What are you on about, you waffling? It's the guilt, your conscience for winning with blood. What the hell are you on about, man? To be honest, Jake, I wasn't feeling too great anyway. I'd had a test that there wasn't COVID or anything like that. I was a bit knackered. Oh, we've got a boring troll. Like, how empty does your life have to be, 20 Legend, if you're over here on a Manchester City channel trying to trigger me? I mean, like, genuinely, how empty must you feel? Like, are you that bored? Can you not go and play with your mates on Fortnite, or have you not got any? Either way, mate, yeah, genuinely, how bored are you? How bored are you? Thank you for the engagement. I really appreciate it. But at this point, you are... And it's gone. And you're gone. I'll see you later, pal. Yeah, Jake, maybe it was that, but I literally got it was a weird moment, and like I felt like shit afterwards. Big Johnny says, "I wonder if City would ditch the release clause to avoid negotiating wages with Haaland by going through in January. Not likely in all honesty, though." I don't know. And to be honest, I don't think so, mate, if I'm being honest. Do you know what's really weird is I don't think it'll happen, but I don't really think it's crazy, the idea that we could hear a bit of news in January. Not that we'll sign him, but I do think there'll be something like that. I feel like we'll see something a bit odd. And I think it'll be I think it'll be. We'll see some, like, what I mean by odd is, like, we'll see hints that feel a little bit specific, if that makes sense. We'll see hints that actually he's considering his next move and that we might know about it. You got to bear in mind, players like Haaland, they don't sit there in January going, "Who am I going to play for?" They fucking know who they want to play for. They know if it's possible. They plan their life a long time in advance. So, as we all know, they will pretty much they'll be ready for this. They'll be ready for the next move, and I think we might know by January, February. Someone said Carragher's got a superiority complex versus YouTubers. I don't know if he has or not. I didn't get the impression I was meant to talk with so much detail anyway, because I don't think I was even waffling that much. I think I was just talking the way that I think they forget, these YouTubers as well. We some of us are quite eloquent occasionally. I'm not saying I'm the most eloquent, but I definitely know how to talk. But yeah, I think they forget that some of us are just as composed on camera as they are, because we do it for a living as well, you know. So I definitely can talk as eloquently on camera, if not more so, than Jamie Carragher. I know I can, and that's not a boast. He just knows I know that I'm pretty good at talking. So I feel like it's a little bit like it was a little bit confusing for, you know, it's a bit of a clash there. I think we're meant to just go, "Man City are best, fuck everyone else," which is fine to say that, but we'll see. Oh, Haaland is going to United. Okay, well, thank you, Erling Haaland. Dropping the old "nah, mate" there in the chat. Everyone loves a good "nah, mate." Or maybe you are, Erling. If you are, good for you, pal. Good for you. You go and play for them. You go and bitch out with Ronaldo. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Says, "Thanks for top quality content. It can't always catch the streams, but the vids are top notch. PS carries a bin bag mong." Not my words for any legal reasons, I don't know, but it's funny, man. It's funny. Thank you so much. Big love, yes. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. And no worries, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. and your colourful choice of language. It's not like, yeah, maybe Louis, maybe not, maybe that's the truth. Being able to talk doesn't mean anything if you sound like an idiot. Is that a dig at me? I don't know if that's a dig at me or not. It's people jumped over here from the overlap and trying to give me some beef. A little bit of fucking meat going on in the chat. A little bit of beef. You're giving me fucking Mackie D's. I don't know what's going on there if someone's trying to have a go at me, but it's all very funny, I guess, and like I can deal with that. It's on the overlap channel, Brad. It's good fun. Hadley, I was absolutely massively wrong about that, I guess, with Thiago and Gunda. I think Thiago was... For what it's worth, I do think Thiago would have been brilliant at Manchester City compared to... Like, Thiago and Liverpool was a fucking weird match. It never made sense in the first place. Like, Thiago was never a Liverpool player. I remember saying that at the time, and Liverpool fans were like, no, it'd be amazing. I was like, no, he's not the kind of player that Liverpool need. Liverpool like blood and thunder. Like, and he's like, no, he's different, though. I was like, yeah, but your team needs to adapt to Thiago, and they never were going to. But I was... At the time, I didn't think Gundogan would be as good as he was right now, I'll be honest. And I thought Thiago was one of the best midfielders in the world. But one guy's gone up, the other one's gone down. And I was wrong, man. I will absolutely hold that big L. I will take the L massively because I was miles wrong, and big love to Gundogan. That wasn't because I didn't think Gundogan was fantastic for what it's worth. It was because I just thought Thiago was better at the time, but I didn't realise actually Thiago was going to drop off a cliff, and Vinny, why did I say Vinny? And Ilkay was going to go up a little bit. So yeah, fair play, Hadley. I would absolutely take the L there massively, and I'm happy to. I'm happy to because it's a win-win for us. Gundogan got better. And Thiago played poor for Liverpool and playing poor. But I do honestly think Thiago would have done really well at Man City. Of course he would. The style suits us a lot more than Liverpool. Joe Blogg saying Haaland is looking for a bed-sitting Hume. He's looking to pay around 65 per week. He'll need a garage to park his Robin Reliance when he gets his new pad. He'll be signing. Yeah, definitely, man. I could sort him out of a place or two. I think that's how much I pay for my student university accommodation. I think it was £55 actually. But basically, yeah. Yeah, no. How are the pundits on the overlap off screen? They're all right. They're fine. The nicest for me was Roy Keane. I know it sounds mad. Roy Keane to me was genuinely the nicest. He had the most time for the fans. Carragher was like, it's weird because he's a gobshite, Carragher, and I think he knows he is. I'm a bit of a gobshite as well, but he's still nice. Like he walked over to me. So essentially, we filmed that half, and after it finished, like a couple of the fans next to me going, "Oh, that was bizarre, that with Carragher, man." And Carragher heard that, and he just walked over, and he went, "Oh, mate, all good, no worries, pal." I was like, "Yeah, just messing about, mate, don't worry." And he was laughing, and he was being nice, and I think he's exactly like how he is, and I think he's just how he is. And Scholes didn't say anything, just quiet. Neville's very much like, let's get going. He likes to be the boss, Scholes. So basically, he's a bit like that. He's very Neville is very he likes to be in control a little bit, but Neville's fine. He seems alright. He's not rude or anything like that. Josh Denzel's a really nice guy, by the way. But Roy Keane, yeah, he stood around last time with everyone, took photos. I didn't get a photo. I'm a City fan. I didn't want a photo of Roy Keane, but he stood around with everyone. It was really nice. So I liked Roy Keane. I think Roy Keane actually plays a character. I think he's a lot funnier and a lot more switched on than we realise. I think he likes to moan, and I think it's his character, and I think it's his sense of humour to be cynical, but actually he knows entirely what he's doing. Because when I was sat there, the overlap, the recording the first time, I was sat there watching Roy Keane's face. The amount of times he just smiled to himself, and he could tell he was thinking how funny it would be just to absolutely throw a spanner in the works. Damn right he knows what he's doing, Louis. I agree. So Roy Keane, I think he just liked playing the miserable, moody bastard. And do you know what? Fair fucks to him. Sometimes it is fun just to have a good old moan. Roy Jack D. Keane. Do you know what, Jack? That's not a bad comparison, DJN. I think he likes that. I think his sense of humour is, I like to moan, I like to be moody, and it's good fun to me. And do you know what? Sometimes being moody is a bit of fun. But guys, by the way, I need 3 more subs. 3 more subs to get 58,400. Hit that subscribe button. But I liked him. Did I talk to Ty? Ty was sat next to me, next to Pippa from Arsenal Fan TV. Yeah, he waffles, but he's a nice guy. I think there's something about Ty that's a little bit, different, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that if you think about it, what I'm getting at, I don't want to put words into the world that may not be true, because I don't think it's on me to say things about people's personality. If you get in, but Ty, take him. He's absolutely harmless. He's absolutely harmless, Ty. I think he just wants to be liked, genuinely, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. And Ty, he was so friendly to me, really nice. We had a chat about music and all that kind of stuff, and I know he's infuriating, but I do think once you realise what he's like and why he's like that, if that makes sense, I think you'd be like, oh, okay, all right, don't worry about him. I don't worry, yeah, so that's the best way I'll say it. But he's all right. He's fine. Genuinely, he was fine. So I can't have a go at him. I can't have a go at him for that. I think anyone that's seen him argue really has about Ty. Yeah, he's a person. There's a certain personality trait with certain people that they go circular around one point and they get stuck on a thing for a reason. So yeah, harmless, friendly guy. Just, I left him alone. And he was, John, we had a good chat about music, had a good chat about Man City in the 90s, Brian Horton and Peter Beagrie and all that kind of stuff. And he was all right, man. He was a friendly guy, so I liked him. McCullough's nice. McCullough's nice. He's a nice guy. I've known McCullough for like 6 years, and he's always been sound with me, so I can't say anything about him. Maybe he's fallen out with other people and all that kind of stuff, but, he's a decent guy. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this. I thought I'd go live a little bit. I might start going live at 5. I think that's a good time, don't you? Live at 5, It's a bit of like a radio show kind of thing, and we'll start doing it. It's good because Nicola's going on the way home from work at this time, and, I could have a chat with you guys and all that kind of stuff. But either way, it was good fun, this. I absolutely massively appreciated it. Live at 5, what do you reckon? Should I do that? Should it become a thing? Second choice, after Cheeky, after Haaland, Vlahovic, go for it, man. Go for Vlahovic. But stop spamming. I know you got your question answered, but you are spamming. But live at 5, we'll do it, man. We'll do it. It'll become a thing. I've been meaning to do it, but honestly, life is crazy at the moment. It's been a bit strange. It's been a bit strange because life's been crazy. Anyway, you're all awesome. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll do the 5 at live. Fuck you, Mr. Whippy. You got me there. Live at 5 thing very soon. You're all ace. Phil Foden, to summarise, is going to sign a new contract. Allegedly, Ferran Torres is out for 4 to 6 weeks. Erling Haaland, City, and reportedly, according to some journalists, to lead the chase. And we didn't talk about Brendan Rodgers, but actually, do you know what? Brendan Rodgers. Some very, very, very quick thoughts about Brendan Rodgers. Very quick thoughts about Brendan Rodgers. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a better coach than people realise, and actually, I think he deserves a lot more credit than sometimes he gets. But at the same time, I don't want him to be Manchester City's manager. Not yet, until maybe he gets another chance somewhere else to prove himself. But I think he's decent. I actually think he's all right. I think he's a bit annoying, but I personally think he's a good coach. But I don't want Rodgers for whatever reason, man. I wouldn't kick off if we got him. Put it that way. I'd be like, okay, well, let's see how it goes. I wouldn't kick off because I think there's worse managers we could hire. But for me, he's not the one. The problem is, when it gets to Pep Guardiola, he's the only one. There's no one as good as Pep Guardiola. So we have to. No one's better than Pep, so we're going to struggle. But for me, yeah, as people are saying, Luis Enrique, he ticks the boxes. He's managed post-Pep Guardiola before and won a treble. He's managed some of City stars already in Ferran Torres, Rodri and so on. He's actually, obviously because he's managed in Spain, and of course, as well, he's managed superstars in Messi and all that kind of stuff, and Neymar and so on. He's managed a bunch of actual world talents, and he plays good football. So I would like him. Eric Ten Hag, I've got a little bit of a... I'm not sure, because I feel like he's just... good football at Ajax, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's got the overall ability. We'll have to see. For now, though, that's my thoughts. Catch you all very soon. You're all awesome. See you later. I'm off to play a Metroid Dread on my Nintendo Switch. I really genuinely am. Also, one last time, I forgot to say, if you want to enter this football prizes competition to win a Phil Foden signed shirt, it's available now. You can click the link in the description. It costs a few quid to enter, and it ends next Monday at 7:30 p.m. Go and enter it. They're absolutely awesome, and you can potentially win a signed football prizes Phil Foden and framed shirt. Bye-bye!